Hello everybody and welcome to the live learning session for today. I'm really looking forward to supporting you all and answering all the questions that you do have. Now, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, the process is exactly the same. If you take a look at the comments next to this video, you can put all your questions in there. They'll come through to me on a second screen that I've got, and I can then go through them in order and get those questions answered for you. Where I'm not able to answer your question for you, either because it's not my speciality area or because we need some additional information for you that if I asked for it over this live session would compromise your account. So to keep your account secure, what we do then is make sure that you then know where the next best step is to go to get help. If you're an Access Now publisher, the best place to get help is through our community. And if you're a level 1 publisher or higher, the best place to get help is either through live chat or tickets as well. We can then take that information off you that we need to be able to troubleshoot that query further, and then we'll be able to get those answers for you as well. Now, just while I've got you, I just wanted to take you through a couple of sessions that we've got coming up. So we've got a live Q&A later today about how to use Fluckify and Humix. I'm really excited to show you folks that. It's at 12 p.m. British Standard Time today. I'm going to show you the new AI Fluckify video generator, which I've really loved testing, and so look forward to showing you that later today. And also on the 24th of May as well, again at 12 p.m. British Standard Time, we've got a Q&A about preparing for Q4. Now I know that sounds like it's a long way away, but with smaller sites it takes Google up to 6 months, sometimes even longer, to find that content and to rank it in the SERPs. And you want to make sure that in that last quarter of the year, when you've got back to school, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, January, New Year's resolutions, that your content is already there and ranking. And the reason for that is that at the end of the year, that's when the EPMVs traditionally are at their highest. So important to start thinking now so that you can make the most of that time when those EPMVs do start to rise. So we've got our first question coming in. Thank you so much, Lankan Thought. So our first question is, what do you recommend most traffic generating sources for Ezoic approved websites? So the most popular traffic source that we see does tend to be organic traffic, and the reason for that is advertisers love organic traffic. It's the best resource for them, and it's the best type of traffic that interacts with their ads the most. So having organic traffic naturally coming to your site really does enable you to be able to get the highest EPMVs that you can for your site, and also the best interaction with your website as well. Now, aside from that, we do see that social media on lots of different forms can also be a really good source of traffic for Ezoic sites. It does need to be traffic that's interacting well with your website. Some social media traffic isn't good for sites because what happens is they just come to the page, read the headline, and then sort of leave. They don't really interact with your website in any way. They don't go to other pages. They don't read the full length of content. And that type of social media traffic can look like bot traffic, even though it isn't. In terms of how it behaves, advertisers can see that the traffic isn't engaging with your site, so that can have a negative impact on your EPMV. What I would recommend doing, Lankan Thoughts, is go to the Ezoic blog and in the search bar type in traffic. And then if you hit on the little magnifying button, what will happen is then all articles related to increasing traffic to your website will show up. I'll pop that into the chat there, and you can bookmark that and save that for later. You can also do that with any other subject as well. So say, for example, that you wanted to learn more about EPMV. Again, you can put that in the search bar. All the articles relating to EPMV will then come up, and you can then work through them, find something interesting that you would like to try out on your site that you haven't done before, and then do that and see what impact that has. And then you can build up your knowledge of how you can increase traffic or EPMV to your site. That will benefit your website in the long run. We do recommend taking notes when you are doing these kinds of experiments. So go to your dashboard, go to Big Data Analytics, and make a note in the annotations there, just short of what you've done. And then that way, if you're seeing something really positive happening, you can then investigate that and understand sort of why that's had a positive impact on your site, because doing one thing doesn't necessarily mean that that's the reason why your EPMV has grown or your traffic's grown. So it's important to understand in detail, using data, why that change has been made. And then also, if something goes wrong, you can then think, oh, well, is it that for definite? Do I need to undo that, or is there something else going on with my site? And data is the best way to be able to make those decisions. Okay, so we've got our next question that's come in from These Ticks Went Too Far, who has said, "Hi Heather, my domain, which is hosted on Ezoic, recently became inaccessible for 3 days following internal server error 500. Okay, what I would recommend doing with that one is reaching out to community. If you're an Access Now publisher, or if you're level 1 or higher, reach out to our live chat team or our tickets, making sure that you let the team know that you need urgent technical support. Obviously, if your site's inaccessible for 3 days, that's going to have caused you a lot of frustration, and I can certainly understand why you want to get that fixed. So please do reach out to us. Our technical team will then take a look at that. They may even then escalate that to our specialist hosting team, who'll be able to look into that and find a solution for you. So please do reach out to us, and our teams will take a look at that and get that resolved just as soon as they can. So AJ Singh has said, my site has been blocked for the reason of invalid traffic, but we have corrected the invalid traffic, but Ezoic blocks for 6 months. It's a long period. How to unblock now? Unfortunately, AJ Singh, if our platform quality team have said that they would like the site to be blocked for 6 months and not show ads on through Ezoic, then there isn't a way for us to be able to appeal that decision. They have various different tools that they're able to look at your site on and understand what's going on at a very deep data level. And so they are the ones that know what's happening with your site, what they're seeing. And with this, what they're doing is they're giving you the opportunity to be able to build your traffic up in a more natural way. And with traffic, especially with smaller sites, it can take easily for up to 6 months for Google to be able to index the pages of the new content that you're writing, and then put those far enough up the SERP rankings to then be able to get enough traffic to your site to make that positive difference. So I can understand that 6 months must feel like a really long time, and it must feel very, very difficult to have your website blocked from Ezoic. But the reason the team are doing that is to protect you and to give you the opportunity to work on your site, and also the opportunity for your site's traffic to improve. It's important to remember it's not a no. It's not a no that we won't allow you back. All we're asking you to do is to keep working on your traffic, that we're seeing something there that concerns us that could potentially lead to a Google AdSense violation. And what's important to remember with this, that part of the platform quality team's role is that if they find something on your site that could be a Google AdSense violation and they stop ads from showing, what they're doing is protecting you so that you don't get that violation. You've got the information that you need to be able to make that change. Google will block sites permanently for violations depending on the reason, and you won't be able to appeal them. And so that's part of the team's role, is to help support you in that. So AJ Singh has added, my AdSense is also not showing. Please suggest the solution. Okay, for AdSense, we aren't able to impact the decisions that the team have made there. What I would recommend doing if your AdSense isn't showing and you are wanting to get that fixed, do reach out to AdSense. They will be able to help you understand what's going on. With many of AdSense's policies, if they have stopped traffic, if they have stopped ads from showing because of a traffic violation, then you'll be able to see within your Google AdSense dashboard that there's a banner there and an explanation of what they're seeing. There's normally really helpful links. So if you click on the link, it will take you to an article where you can then see suggestions that Google AdSense are making. You can then make those changes and then normally appeal that decision. Or alternatively, what sometimes has happened with Google AdSense is that you won't necessarily be able to appeal the decision, but what they'll then be able to do is they'll be monitoring your traffic at all times. And as soon as they see that the traffic has changed and they're happier with that, they'll then be able to switch the ads back on for you. So I hope that helps. So these ticks went too far have said, I've reached out to Ezoic on general troubleshooting. Please check because the support team have not yet replied. What time did you reach out to the team on these ticks went too far? If it was just in the last couple of hours, the team just start work at 8 o'clock on British Standard Time. And so what happens is the tickets are all in a queue and they'll reach your ticket and they'll reply to you just as soon as they can. So Real Info has said, ma'am, can you guide practically by showing a sample website? We can see navigation and content style, design and footer for better understanding the key feature and disapproval reasons. I don't have a test site where I've got a sort of bad example, if you like, of key features and disapproval reasons. We have done a couple of MCM webinars where we have talked everyone through the different things that Google is looking for. So let's see if I can bring that up on the YouTube, and then you'll be able to see that. I'll be able to share that link for you. Bear with me. Here we go. So there's this one here, the Q&A Google Ad Manager MCM Real Info. What I'll do is I'll get the link to that. Bear with me, it might start playing and I'll pop that into the chat. You'll then be able to see all the information that we have that we can share with you. And I'll also make sure that you've got the article which talks you through the different reasons why MCM is normally disproved and what you can do to make those changes. So bear with me and I'll get that information for you. Okay, so Real Info, that's the YouTube coming through for you to bookmark. I'm just now going to go and get the support article. Bear with me, I have to go to a different screen for that one. So what's going to happen is that the sound will cut out, but I am still here, Real Info, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, Real Info. The article for reasons why account or domain was disapproved is also now dropped into the chat as well. If you bookmark that for later, what you'll see at the top there is a list of reasons, typical reasons that Google Ad Manager give as to why sites haven't been approved. If you carefully read through each of those and are then able to work on your site and make those changes. Once you've made those changes, do reach out to us. If you're an Access Now publisher, reach out to us through community, level 1 or higher, live chat or tickets. We'll then be able to review your site before you submit it again to Google, and then we can then go from there. So I hope that helps. So these ticks went too far, said, I reached out 3 days ago. Okay, so what I think's happened there is it might be these ticks went too far, that your ticket has either gone into the wrong queue, and so the response times are different, or that you might be an Access Now publisher, and for Access Now publishers, the best place to reach out to Ezoic is through community. What I would recommend doing is reach out to us on community, let us know about the problem. We can then work with you and the team to make sure that your query is in front of the right people and that you're then able to get that solution. With your website being down for 3 days, I can certainly appreciate that's frustrating, and we definitely need to get that resolved for you as quick as we can. So do reach out to us on community. We'll look out for your query and we'll go from there. So AJ Singh has said, in the AdSense, there's no notice or message. That's really strange, AJ. Normally AdSense does have a notification in your dashboard. What I would recommend doing is just double check through your emails in case they've sent an email. Sometimes it can get into spam, and so it's easily to get missed. If you aren't able to find that email, do reach out to us, community. If you're an Access Now publisher, level 1 or higher, live chat or tickets, we can then perhaps take a look in your AdSense account if we've still got access, and then take a look around and see if we can see anything. Just in case there's two things happening, that the reason why Ezoic isn't able to show ads is different from the reason why AdSense isn't able to show ads. Ezoic will need to ensure that you've got AdSense approval before we are able to show ads. So it's important to get that resolved if we can for you, so that you're then not sort of completing one process and then having to start at the beginning and complete the next process. Okay, so Real Info has said it's a network issue. Okay, bear with me. I will see if I can get the information for that for you, and I can take you through that just now. Bear with me. Hi, Real Info. I'm not seeing network issue as a reason for Google Ad Manager MCM denial. So what I would recommend doing is reaching out to us on community if you're Access Now, live chat or tickets if you're level 1 or higher. We can then take a look at your Google Ad Manager MCM disapproval reasons and then advise you from there. Network issue is a new one, and so we may have additional information that we can reach out to our rep on and be able to give you advice from there. Okay, well, thank you all so much for the questions that you've had coming in today. I'll stay on the line for another couple of minutes. If you do have more questions, do let me know. Just while I've got the opportunity to, I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching these sessions on playback. I know many of you do, and it's always really lovely to see. If you do have any questions that you think, oh, I really wish I had the opportunity to be able to ask that question live, but I'm just not able to, I'm either at work or it's just not on the right time zone for me, do let me know in community any questions that you've got, and I'll make sure that I answer those questions first when these sessions start, and then that way you can watch that on playback and I've got that answer for you there as well. And if you've got any questions you think, oh, I really wish I'd asked that, but don't want to wait till next week, do let me know in community as well. Myself or the team will be delighted to help you there and support you with the answers that you need. Okay, so we don't have any new questions coming in. I'll close it for today. Just again want to say thank you all so much for your time. And if you've got an opportunity to do join me at 12 p.m. British Standard Time today for our Q&A around Flickify and Hemix. Thanks very much. Bye for now.